Greetings fellow humans, it's Melinda the Good here. Today I'm playing a bit of Elemental Mage. I quickly threw this deck together because I wanted to ladder a bit, but this is a mid-ranged mage deck that heavily relies on spells and elemental synergies. I'm calling this a budget deck because most of the cards are either commons with a few rares. There's only one epic and that's the Big Game Hunter, and to be honest he's not completely necessary in this deck. I've just been meeting a lot of Murloc Shamans on ladder, and this is my 5-drop answer to their Megafin, in case if I don't draw my Polymorphs, but this card isn't actually necessary in this deck at all. So it could be replaced with something else. I'm trying it out with the Cryomancer. It's been okay. I would probably add more elementals once I get more of them into it, but this is a deck I just quickly threw together, and I think most people would have these cards. It has enough early game power to actually stay on top of Murloc decks, and with cards like Big Game Hunter and Polymorph, this deck is actually pretty strong against the current Murloc Shaman meta. But if you find you are having issues with it, I would probably replace a couple of Tempests with probably the Arcane Explosion. But anyways, let's go see how this deck does. So generally I would hope for my Mana Worms in the opening hand. Thunder Lizard is okay, but I really need my early game elementals. I will be using my spells to protect my minions and try to control the board that way. Okay, we got our Mana Worm, so that's pretty good. So this is most likely, because he's playing the quest, most likely a ramp druid. So we need to start putting a bit of pressure early on. I was really hoping to draw my elementals. There's no... I could coin out the Thunder Lizard, but since he's actually playing pretty slow, I feel like it's not that big of a deal if we go slowly as well. I was expecting a Innervate or oh, that's interesting. I would have wrathed the worm. That's one wrath down. I think I'm actually going to put down my second Mana Worm. Normally I would save the Frostbolt for minions, but because he hasn't put anything down for 3 turns, I think I'm okay with going a little bit on the aggressive side. He hasn't put anything towards his quest. This will be good for the Thunder Lizard and for the Steam Surger as well, so I'll probably put this down. Unfortunately, this only activates after the turn ends. This would be a good swipe for him, but he didn't swipe last turn either, so I don't know if he actually has swipe. That's really good, because I was going to fireball that in the face really, really hard. Unfortunately, we can't target it with spells anymore. It is 5 attacks, so everything we have on board will die. and I can't target it with spells, unfortunately. So there's not much we could do except go face. There's no point in running my smaller minions into his giant dinosaur. The only issue is if he has a taunt, but we are holding 8 damage in hand, so I'm not too worried. He has to kill something on the board, or else I believe I have lethal next turn.
What to do?
Join the pack.
So this is good. That's a really good play. But I don't think it's enough to save him. So sorry, Mr. Druid, I think this is the end, unless if you have some way to heal yourself. Alright, so I believe that is the end. Okay, to do this in the correct order. So this deck does have a lot of spells for control. So normally I would be saving my spells to control the board, but because this druid played so slowly and it was obvious that he was playing the big minions for his quest, that I felt confident enough to start slinging spells at his face. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you want to see more of this deck and what other decks that you want to see. As always, I will see you all later.